Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Chakadash. It belongs to the apostles and the elders, great millstone that rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there, you Akim to Sadakim that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. I'm the priest Shaman. This week's topic is going to be entitled, This Truth is Your First Investment. This truth is your first investment. What inspired me to do this lesson? I'm a brother that's big on investing, right? Invest in the stock market, invest in all these different things, your career, all that shit. Using the world but not abusing it, right? And investing your time extremely wisely. And when it comes to investing, it's a big thing to have priorities, right? And guess what? The scriptures deal with investing, right? The scripture says what? Cast thy bread upon the waters. Now, what does that mean? Cast thy bread upon the waters. Well, grain, sometimes referred to as corn in the scriptures, which the corn that we know in America, that yellow corn, when they say corn, that's not talking about that. That's not native to the Middle East, if you will, where we were. When you look at it, it's talking about the grain, right? Now, these grains could be eaten on a sudden, right? That's how I can remember the situation with Yahushua, when they try to get on them for eating grain on the Sabbath or what have you. Picking grain and eating it, because you have an option. You have the option to take the grain immediately and eat it and consume it, or you could plant it in the ground. Now, when you decide to plant it or water it, all right, cast that bread upon the water. Remember, the grain is also referred to as bread, right? You can cast it upon the water, meaning opting to invest it or grow it, and with that comes risk, right? It comes risk with investing. That's why when you read Matthew, the 13th chapter, it speaks about a sower that when he casts his seed, some of it does not all of it grows. Some of it gets choked up by thorns. Some of it doesn't fall on good ground. Some of it doesn't get enough water, what have you. But the few that does grow, all right, guess what? Now you can start to compound and grow that grain. So it's a risk. It's a lot more time consuming. You have to have a sense of delayed gratification when you decide to invest and harvest and sow seed, right? And the same thing is congruent with this truth, right? When we give our time, like for example, the apostles have been in this decades and prophets before that, years. Noah, prime example, 100 and something years, sowing, being diligent, all right, while everybody else is out there doing whatever they got to do. We make this truth our priority, right? We make this truth our investment. And some years down the line could laugh at us and mock us, say, yo, you know what? You should have did this, you should have did that, your life would have been this and that. Bullshit. Make this truth your first priority in life, okay? Because when we read Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, we know the duty of life, all right? We know our primary duty of life is to serve the Most High and keep His commandments, all right? We're commanded, all right, as the scriptures call it, our reasonable service to teach in this truth, all right? Everything else should be on the back burner, all right? When I say back burner, I just mean second, okay? I don't mean disregard your responsibilities and what have you, because that's something we did in our naivety, right? We sort of like didn't put emphasis on certain responsibilities because, again, previous lesson talked about our mindset is America is going to be destroyed. But yes, our mindset is America is going to be destroyed, but that doesn't mean we should cast off responsibilities or even have a long-term mindset, like prepping ourselves for things to come. All right, so going back to the topic of the lesson, make sure this truth is number one, because you might have a ton of different shit going on in your life, all right, but you have to be able to prioritize this thing, because Yahushua tells us, if you put mother, father, brother, son, children, anything, money, family, all these scriptures that talk about hating these things really talks about hating these things if you're going to prioritize them above the truth, all right? And the thing with this truth is, when we cash out, when we reap the benefits, all right, because we got in this stock early, this truth early, all right, Lord willing, we remain. When we cash out, the return on our investment is indescribable, all right? I mean, the kingdom of heaven, being a part of the first fruits, being a part of that governing body, there's really nothing on this side that can compare, And in fact, the things that people reap of this world, you don't take it with you on the next side, correct? That's in the book of 1 Timothy 6 chapter, all right? That's how come it says contentment. Godliness with contentment is great gain, roughly paraphrasing, you know what I'm saying? So you have to know, well, okay, this is enough to water Lord for making me, keep me at a happy medium, right? You don't want to be too destitute where you start thinking evil thoughts and try to resort to evil to take care of yourself, but you don't want to be too bountiful, right? Wherein you forget the Most High, right? Because that happens to people. Mentioned that in the camp last week, that guy that hit the lottery, 275,000, and which that's not even a lot of money, but 275,000, and when that shit hit, it's like, yo, what happened to your tithes? Those ain't come through. Got a house and went back. No, you sold yourself for 275 FRNs. Like, what the fuck are you doing? There's nothing worth selling this truth out for. All right. These guys, Johanna and Nate, for example, they said, man, fuck it. If we're gonna sell our soul, we need 125 mil, 150 mil, because that's what these guys' net worth have and all that. So they take a big purse. But really, even if you get offered $1 trillion, there's nothing comparable to what the truth, because look, man, Yahweh Shah, he bought us back with his blood, so we had a price here. We're indebted to the Lord, and Yahweh Shah didn't say, okay, redeem me back, or the compensation is going to be some FRNs. No, the compensation for Yahweh Shah down on that cross for us is that we may be dead to the world for him, all right? And again, when I say be dead to the world, I don't mean be a fucking derelict on the street or what have you. I mean, don't compromise this truth for the world, okay? Don't compromise any aspects of this truth. Let's give an example. A guy might say, I'm gonna shave off my beard. I'm gonna keep shaving my beard because this job pays a lot. That's compromising this truth, all right, for the world. What else? You could progress in life if you fuck this bitch, but she got a man. That's adultery. That's compromising. Taking a 501c3 charter, which tells us to admit certain things out the scriptures, so you could be tax exempt. These are just a few examples, all right? Ultimately, the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, taking that to, continue your life and worrying about your children, this, that, and the third. That right there is also an example. So that's again putting things, all right, before this truth, all right? Our primary goal, our primary everything is to sustain in this truth, and Lord willing, be a part of the elect, man, because America is going to be destroyed, all right? At the end of the day, America will be wiped off the face of the map, and when Judgment Day does come, and it will come, book of the 2nd chapter, all right? You want to be on the good graces of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua when that day comes, because all the shit that these people have reaped in the world, all the fuckery that they did, and all the succeeding, all the seeds they sucked to succeed, all right? It's gonna profit you nothing, man. All right, the scriptures even tell you that riches profit little in the day of wrath. So, illuminate yourself. Be a righteous Illuminati, not a left-handed Illuminati. By the way, that's not a bad word, right? The book of Ecclesiasticus tells us that the fear of the Lord surpasses all things for illumination. But yeah, consume ourselves in right-hand wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, all right? So I know brothers got shit to do in the world, stuff to handle your business, all right? But like I said, if there's a conflict of interest with the truth, always choose the truth, okay? With that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashim Makrakadosh, the honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Mill, so true well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there, you Akim to Sadakim that do the singing that most truth and sincerity. Shalom.